Hi, welcome to YOH Crochet. What are we going to do today? Today, I'm going to talk about a test pattern I did for my wonderful friend. And if you want to see, stay tuned. Okay, so, sorry, I dropped something on the floor. So, my wonderful friend and fellow amigurumi lover, Joe from Joe's Web, has designed a few patterns, and I have tested both of them. And I have already talked about and shown the one, which is the Leggy Froggy, but I want to talk about Leggy Froggy just for a couple of minutes again. So for those who may be new, this is her Leggy Froggy. It is no sew. However, if you use safety eyes, it's no sew. I did not use safety eyes. I made my own eyes, and it is no, like I said, no sew. This is using blanket yarn, and I wanted to talk about Leggy Froggy again because um, when I showed Leggy Froggy, she did not have her pattern quite finished, the final copy done, and she did not have it up on Etsy for sale. And she also now has a tutorial for Leggy Froggy. Now, she has these cool and amazing eyes that she crochets. So it's got like the black and the white and then the iris color. And so she crochets those and she uses them a lot for the amis that she makes. Even, other people's patterns, she'll use those eyes instead of the eyes that are on there, or the safety eyes. Speaking of eyes, I don't know what's going on with my eye. My contact is feeling funny and my eye is kind of red. So if this eye is a little squinty, it's because, I don't know, my contact is wonky. So don't mind that. So anyway, Leggy Froggy, I want to show you again because I am going to link the pattern, where you can purchase the pattern, where you can follow along with the tutorial if you are a tutorial kind of person. If you do not know how to read a pattern, this is a great opportunity to go ahead, purchase the pattern, and you can follow along on the pattern while you watch the tutorial, and maybe it will help you learn how to read a pattern. That's my thoughts. I think it would help. So yes, Leggy Froggy. Oh, and then, oh God, I completely forgot. I was talking about the eyes, and she also has a pattern up for her eyes that she makes. That is also on Etsy. So you can get the froggy pattern, get the eye pattern, and then you can get the other one, the one I just tested, the one she just published. So this is also a no-sew pattern. Her pattern was written with and made with blanket yarn. That is the recommended yarn to use. I had this Lion Brand Velux that I got in a Santa sack. I decided to go ahead and use that. So I used the Lion Brand Velux, which is a 4-weight, and I used a 5.0 hook. And this is my Leggy spider. He's so little, or she's so little and cute. And so she has this as an intermediate pattern. And the reason why it's classified as intermediate, is because of the legs. The legs are a little bit tricky, but once you get the hang of it, you it's much easier. Once it clicks, and it's good. But she also has a tutorial up of this guy, so you can follow along with the tutorial. And I have not watched the tutorial, but I'm sure she does a great job at explaining it. So the reason why the legs are a little tricky is because you have to how can I explain this? I don't want to explain this too much, because then it kind of gives away the pattern. But the legs are just a little tricky. But there is this amazing effect where the legs are bent and they have little, as you can see, little knees. You see that? Yes. Let's move that guy. There, you can see much better now. See how they're bent? This front leg was, I think this is the first leg I did. So the front one here, the first one, it's a little bit wonky. But the rest of them, they look good. So yes. And she also, in hers, I think she is safety eyes in some, and then her own eyes. I did not use her eyes because, like I said, her pattern was written with the intent of you using blanket yarn. So my spider is much, much smaller, and I thought her eyes would be a little bit too big. So this is, to give you an idea how little this is 4 single crochets in a magic ring, and they still kind of look a little on the big side. But yes, Leggy spider. And I really love, this is the first time I've used velvet yarn for an amigurumi, and I really, really love how it turned out. It's so soft. It's so squishy. It's so velvety. I love it. Should he just chill out on my head for a little bit? Then you can see him and I don't have to hold him. Let's see how well I can not move my head and keep my head straight so he stays up there. So yes, Leggy spider. Thank you so much, Joe, for letting me test. And I really hope you all go check out her tutorial or go purchase her pattern, or, and you know, maybe purchase both the Leggy Froggy and the Leggy Spider. And I think actually the Leggy Froggy is Leggy Froggy 2.0. Pretty sure. But yes, her pattern is very well written, very well formatted, plenty of photos, and it's still a quick thing to make. And actually, so is Leggy Froggy. It doesn't take much time. Quick. It's a quickie. And sometimes we all need some crochet quickies, right? So, what was I saying? Lots of photos, especially when it comes to the legs. There are lots and lots of photos to help guide you. Just pay attention to the photos. They will help you out a lot. Yeah, just her pattern looks great. I mean, it's very aesthetically pleasing. She did a great job writing it up, and with all the photos that she's got in there, and yeah. No problems with the pattern. Like I said, the only tricky part were the legs. But even if you're a beginner, I'm sure you could probably tackle this and with the help of the tutorial be just fine. And yeah. And you know what? Don't forget, if you purchase this pattern, you should send your photos of your finished spiders and your finished froggies to Joe. Because I know how fun it is, especially, you know, first writing up a pattern and, you know, first time, you know, selling patterns. It's really fun to see, like, that people are actually making them and what they look like and how they turned out. So I think that would brighten her day a lot if, you know, you purchased a pattern and you went ahead and made a spider and you shared your spider with Joe. So you should do that. And again, thank you so much, Joe, for letting me test. I had lost my Crojo for a little bit, and testing your patterns, kind of getting back into the swing of things a little bit here. And I kind of want to start working on a new design of my own now. You kind of kicked my butt into gear, and you're kind of making me want to, because I haven't, it's been a while. But anyway, this isn't about me. This is about Joe from Joe's Web with her Leggy Froggy and her Leggy Spider. And I can't wait to see what else you come up with, Joe, and I would be honored to test for you again in the future. So with that, The links will be down in the description box below, and I hope you go check out her patterns. Even if you don't really have the extra money to buy one right now, go ahead and heart them in her Etsy shop, because that will help too. All right. I hope you all have a fabulous day, and I will see you next time.